What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we're about to make Python super easy for you. Today, we're diving into one of the most fundamental concepts in Python, variables and data types. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Python stores and works with data. If you don't have Python installed yet, check out our installation guide linked in the description. All right, let's jump right in. So what exactly is a variable? Think of it like this. Imagine you have a box and you want to store your favorite number in it. You write a label on that box, let's say my number, and you put the number 7 inside. That's exactly what a variable does in Python. It's a named container that stores data so you can use it later. Let me show you how this works in real Python code. So quickly create a folder to work on at any location. Then open that folder on our code editor. You can use either PyCharm or VS Code. After opening your editor, quickly create a file and give a name with .py extension. Let's create our first variable, age equals 25. I just created a variable called age and stored the number 25 in it. The equal sign here doesn't mean equal to, like in math, it means a sign. So we're assigning the value 25 to the variable age. Now, whenever I want to use this number, I just type age in a print function. Let me run this. To run the Python code in terminal, type Python and the name of file that you have created with its extension, hit enter, and boom, it prints 25. The cool thing is I can now use age anywhere in my program, and Python knows I'm talking about the number 25. Here's another example. Name equals Gita, and let's print the name, like this. I created a variable called name and stored the text Gita in it. Notice the quotation marks? That's important. We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, before we go crazy creating variables, Python has some rules about what you can and cannot name your variables. These are super important, so pay attention. Rule number 1, variable names must start with a letter or an underscore. You cannot start with a number. These are all valid. Notice user underscore name, age2, and underscore private, all good. But if I try to age, Python will throw an error because it starts with a number. See that red squiggly line? That's Python saying, nope, not allowed. Rule number 2, you can use letters, numbers, and underscores in variable names, but not special symbols like dollar signs, hyphens, or hashtags. For example, total underscore score and player1 are perfectly valid variable names, but user hyphen name and my dollar money are invalid because they contain special characters. If you ever feel like adding a special symbol, just replace it with an underscore instead. Rule number 3, Python is case sensitive, and this is something that confuses a lot of beginners. Let's test it out. Suppose we create 3 variables that sound the same, but use different capitalization. Age equals 25, all lowercase, age equals 30 with a capital A, and age equals 35, all uppercase. Now, if we print all 3, Python treats them as completely separate variables. Even though they look similar, the capitalization makes each one unique. Look at the result, we get completely different output for our age variables. Python treats these as 3 completely different variables. So be consistent with your capitalization. All right, now let's talk about data types. In Python, there are 4 basic types of data you need to know. Think of these as different categories of information. Number 1, integers. These are whole numbers, no decimal points. Let's create some variables of type integer. For that, we can simply write our variable name equals any number without any decimal value. 100, -5, 2025, all integers, perfect for counting things or storing ages, scores, years, you name it. The second data type is floats. These are the numbers with decimal points. Let's write some variables for floats, price, temperature, and PI. That's it. 19.99, 98.6, and pi 3.14159. Use floats whenever you need precision, like prices, measurements, or calculations. The third data type is strings, and a string simply means text. Any characters wrapped in quotes are considered a string. Unlike numbers, strings aren't meant for mathematical calculations. To define a string, just write a variable name followed by an equal sign, and then any text enclosed in quotes. You can use double quotes or single quotes. Python doesn't care. Alice, hello world, 123, Main Street, all strings. Strings are how you work with text in Python. The last basic data type is boolean. Booleans represent truth values, either true or false. Let's see how to define one. For example, is student equals true. Notice how I used an underscore between is and student. This makes the variable name easier to read, and it also follows the rules of variable naming. Now let's create two more. Has license equals false, and is raining equals false. Did you notice the capital T in true and the capital F in false? That's important because Python won't recognize them otherwise. Booleans are super useful for decision making in your programs. Is someone a student? True or false? Do they have a license? True or false? Is it raining? True or false? Now here's a pro tip. Python has a built-in function called type that tells you exactly what kind of data you're working with. Let's try it out. We'll define a few variables: age, price, name, and is active, and give each of them a different type of value. Next, inside the print function, we'll call type and pass in each variable, like this. When you run the code, Python will show int for integers, float for floating point numbers, star for strings, and bool for booleans. This little trick is super handy, especially when you're debugging your code and want to quickly check what kind of data you're dealing with. Okay, here's where things get really cool. What if I have a string that looks like a number, but I actually want to do math with it? This is where typecasting comes in, converting data from one type to another. Let's try an example. I'll define a variable age underscore text equals 25. Since it's inside double quotes, Python treats it as a string, not a number. Now, if I try to add 5 to it directly, Python will get confused. To fix this, we can convert the string to an integer. We'll create another variable, age underscore number, where we will store the converted number from the age underscore text variable. To convert, we simply put the variables inside the int function. Now, if I replace age text with age number and print the result of age number plus 5, boom, Python gives us 30. Let's look at a couple more examples. First, converting an integer to a float. Imagine we have a score of 100. If we cast it using float score, Python turns it into 100.0. You can check the output by running this code. Another example. Now the opposite, converting a float to an integer. Say the price is 19.99. If we cast it with int price, Python just drops the decimal and gives us 19. Notice it doesn't round, it simply chops off the decimal part. Here's a bonus trick that most beginners don't know about, the Boolean conversion. Let's cast some values to Boolean and print out. When you run this code, you can see the result like this. This means that any non-zero number converts to true, 0 converts to false. An empty string converts to false, but any text converts to true. Python considers empty things as false and everything else as true. Mind blown, right? Before we wrap up, let me show you two time-saving tricks that professionals use all the time. Trick number 1, assigning multiple variables in one line. Instead of declaring variables in multiple lines of extremely small variable names, you can write this in a single line, like this. Same result, but way cleaner. X gets 1, Y gets 2, Z gets 3, all in one line. Trick number 2, giving the same value to multiple variables. A, B, and C all get the value 100. Super handy when you need to initialize multiple variables with the same starting value. All right, it's your turn. Pause this video right now and try this challenge. Create variables for your name, your age, your height in meters, and whether you're a student. Then print all of them along with their types using the type function. Go ahead, pause, and try it. I'll wait. Done? Awesome. Here's my solution. If yours looks similar, great job. If not, that's totally fine. Keep practicing. And that's a wrap. Today you learned what variables are, how to name them, the 4 basic data types, typecasting, and some pro tips for multiple assignments. You now have the foundation to store and work with any kind of data in Python. In the next video, we're going to level up and explore advanced data types like lists, dictionaries, tuples, and sets, plus some concepts like mutability and dynamic typing that'll blow your mind. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. If this video helped you, smash that like button, drop a comment below telling me what you learned, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy coding.